Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to start part 3 of what if Deku was. What if Deku had a spider like quirk? In the last part, both Deku, Bakugo, and Tsuyu passed the entrance exam, having each of them a huge amount of points. So, now, first day of school, since literally they all saw that, the amount of points they had made them all in class 1A. So, first day of school, everyone basically arrived kind of in the same order. Bakugo with a little less shitty attitude towards everyone. He still gives the same nicknames, except for Deku, which he doesn't call Deku. So, they basically just talk until Aizawa comes. The same thing happens, with Aizawa basically saying, "It took you 10 seconds to stop talking. You want to be heroes? Well, act like some." Then someone asking, wait, what was it? Wait, no. Okay. Not long after Aizawa enters, someone asks him who he is. Aizawa explained that he's the homeroom teacher, and that for the first day they're going to go outside in the yard to do tests to see their capacity with their quirks. Ochako asks about the what is it called? Entrance ceremony. Aizawa says that while you're in his class, he can do whatever he wants with you. So to go get changed and come back. So, in the boys' locker room, while they change, they remark one thing on Deku. It's about his carapace. Well, his skin, which kind of acts as a carapace. Some of the people basically ask him how tough it is, which Deku says that it's pretty tough. Multiple things don't even leave a scratch on it. Like someone just punches him, like a normal person without a strength quirk or something like that, won't even leave a scratch on it, and they might even hurt themselves. He's pretty strong, also, which is pretty good. Then Ida basically asks him, if it gets damaged, does it just heal like normal skin, or... Which, before Deku's able to answer that, Bakugo says, "You're going to laugh about this. He molts every month, and all of the damage dealt to his body basically heals in that moment. Sometimes, some damage heals before that, naturally, but most of the time, when he molts, everything's going to be healed." Which does interest some of them. Then, not long after that, Mineta does the same thing with the hole, going to look through it. Jiro basically punching his eyes with her earphone jack. Deku saying sorry and that he's going to plug the hole, and basically makes a huge amount of webbings, basically, that overflow to the other side, saying that they should hold. Mineta being a bit angry at Deku because the hole's patched now, but anyway. Not long after that, everyone gets together out back with Aizawa, Some of the girls saying thank you to Deku for plugging the hole so quickly. After that, Aizawa throws the ball, explains that they're going to do 10 different tests to look at what they're capable of doing, and then throws the ball to Deku, telling him that he wants Deku to throw it as far as he can. He asked Deku for his best score in middle school, which Deku says around 50 meters, because of his huge strength naturally, thanks to his work, which everyone is a bit impressed because that's pretty far. Normally Deku didn't use his full strength, but now Aizawa tells him to use it. To launch it as far as he could, without holding back. Deku asked if he was sure because after the training he did for 10 months, he has a bit more strength than before. Aizawa told him to go all out, which Deku decided to do. He prepared himself, got ready, took his arm back, and threw it. When he threw it, the ball went pretty much a lot further than before, with about 300 meters, which is huge. 315, something like that, but rounding it up. So Aizawa was pretty impressed that this was just physical strength, until he basically asked Deku how does his quirk works precisely, which basically Deku explains that, basically he has almost every ability of a spider. 8 eyes, great view, he has the capacity to cling to walls and stuff like that. He can make webs. Instead of from his butt, it's from his fingers, though. He has his mandibles as well. He has claws, which are pretty freaking tough as well. Extremely strong. He has some capacity to feel vibrations on the ground, thanks to basically super senses, since view is increased, smell is kind of increased a bit, hearing is increased, and other stuff like that, since in reality, spiders do have a great view up close. Problem is, since they have eyes to look all around them, that basically reduces their vision by a lot since they have all of that information to take in. Since Deku's eyes all kind of face forwards and on the side, his vision is greatly enhanced compared to a normal spider. On top of that, spiders who don't actually have ears and stuff like that, Deku still does have them, and they're a lot more sensible than normal for a human. So that's also increased. Spiders have a great sense, don't have that great of a sense of smell, but they can sense vibrations, which is where he's taking that part. Normally, they mostly feel it on their webs or when they're on it, but they can also use it on the ground, since spiders aren't always on their webs, so they can also use it there to know if there's something way bigger than them coming. So Deku has a pretty good amount of abilities. He then explains about his skin, which basically is pretty tough, like an exoskeleton, but that compared to normal spiders who molt like 1, 2, or 3 times in a year only, he molts every month. In some extremely rare occasions, He was forced to molt before that, but basically it was like when he was younger, he molted a lot faster because he was growing. So right now he's only doing it once a month only. He doesn't actually grow in size all that much now. Um, it's mostly just like fix damage and increase the strength of his skin, and that's basically it. He explains that he doesn't know if like a normal spider, if his arm was ripped off, it could heal it, which yes, it could in specific thing that happens. Like it's not going to grow back in a single go. Like, if it's ripped off, every month he's going to have a bit more of his arm there. It would take about, like, 6 months to grow it almost completely. So, Deku basically explains all that, which multiple people basically understand that, okay, he's pretty powerful. Even if you damage him a lot, he's going to grow back. If you damage his eyes, they're going to heal. Since under his skin when he goes to molt, compared to a spider that it takes a bit of time. All of the carapace basically separates from the skin. Uh, then it starts to grow, but still not hard, so that it fits inside, then breaks out, then grows to its full size, then creates a new carapace. Deku basically becomes soft. All of his skin cracks almost in within a single day. It separates, it breaks, and in a single day it hardens back again. So basically in 2 days he can molt and be back in fighting shape. So for him it's pretty freaking fast. Mostly for the size he has, since normally a spider, it takes a while just because, it's kind of, they have to separate, okay, yeah, one leg out, okay, it's broken out, then another leg, and like that, but his body, basically, it cracks, and he just needs to rip it off, since compared to Spider, he actually has hands. So, after that, Isaac was a bit intrigued, well, more intrigued, but decides to wait for later and tells everyone that they're going to be able to use their quirks to do the entire thing. And then Ochako says it looks fun, and then he puts the same ultimatum. The last person will be expelled. And it will happen in this one. Mineta is going to go away, taking one of class 1B student, which they will get another one, which basically I'm just going to say, they took someone that they didn't take that they just because he was just under someone else, they brought him. I made someone for that, so don't worry. I created a new person, a new personality, a new quirk for him. So class 1B still will have everyone, just one person switched. So yeah. So everyone else starts the test, starting with the speed test. So Deku was faster than normal, Tsuyu as well, and Bakugo as well. Bakugo basically beating his score by a few seconds. Sorry about that. Bakugo beating his score by a few seconds. Deku actually being passing from, I think, almost 30 seconds or something like that to about 10, which is pretty fast for 100 meters. No. Yes. Whatever. After that, you have Tsuyu that beats her score basically by only 2 seconds, simply because she boosted herself a tiny bit with one for all, not completely. Everyone else basically had the same. For the jump test, there Deku basically was able to shine, basically sticking his webs to the building and a tree that was further, and basically just kind of holded himself in the air, giving him infinite because yeah, as long as there's something around, he can stick to his webs to them and just kind of float there. Tsuyu used one for all this one and basically doubled her score. Bakugo being able to kind of fly in this one because he trained a lot more than in the original, was able to get also infinite until basically he's exhausted, but he still got infinite thanks to that. Everyone else got the same scores. After that, the grip test. Deku broke the machine. In terms of grip strength, Deku has a lot more than what he can actually, like, push, lift, or stuff like that. He's pretty strong, but grip test, he can bend metal doing that. So, yeah, he broke the machine. Tsuyu was able to use one for all to break it as well, and Bakugo got a bit over what he got in the original. Side-to-side jump. Deku basically put webs that were bouncy and basically acted like Mineta, just being a bit less fast. So, yeah. Tsuyu couldn't really use one for all to boost herself in that, so she didn't. Bakugo used his quirk to do the same thing as he did in the anime probably, pushing himself from side to side. So both of them got the same score normally. Deku just skyrocketed. After that, I don't think we saw any other things until the ball throw. Bakugo got about 50 meter more, and Tsuyu added to her score about 300. So basically, that's for the not entrance exam, Aizawa's test. So he told Mineta that he was expelled, Mineta had to go away, and just like I said, they brought someone from class 1B. And then later I'm going to explain the person I made to replace it. The person they got from class 1B was Ibara Shiozaki. The girl with the plant for her hairs. So, they were able to get her, and class 1B got a replacement, which was, I'm going to explain another day. So, then after that, you have what happened with the villain attacking the school to get some documents. So, the alarm launched, everyone started running. Wait, no, wrong. Before that, it's All Might's test. Did I skip a page? Oh, I skipped a page. I was like, wait, where's the rest? Okay, yeah. So, now, let's go for All Might's test. Sorry about that. So, today, wait, for All Might. Basically, he entered the class and, hello students! Today we're going to go do a hero versus villain test. Then he basically pressed the buttons, all of the hero suits come out. I don't know what hero suit Ibarra has, so I'm going to... Okay, so yeah, that's what she has for her hero suit. Sorry, I don't have color in color, so yeah. The groups are sorry, basically the same, except Mineta is replaced by Ibarra. So basically, just like I explained, Deku has... Wait, no, I didn't explain his suit yet. Well, Deku's hero suit is kind of a bit the same, except that he doesn't have glove, first off, and he doesn't have something to cover his face because of his eyes, which he needs to see more. And anyway, with his head, he doesn't really need it. So, basically, Deku doesn't really have gloves or actually anything on his feet either, since he can walk on walls without using his hand. So, for his feet, actually, basically for now, they didn't do anything. He doesn't even have boots, socks, or anything like that. But they're trying to make something so that basically his body is able to still stick to something, even if he has gloves or something to wear on his feet. So, for now it's like that. All Might basically does the same thing with the balls, choose the teams. And so, Bakugo's team versus Deku's team. Bakugo already knew two things. Deku is not going to go from inside the building. So he knows that he's probably going to send Ochako through the building so that she can come in from inside, while they're probably being occupied by him, which broke through the window. While Deku also knows that, yeah, this is how Bakugo knows he's going to act. So he decided to not break expectation and to go in by the window while sending Ochako in by the door. He told Ochako to be careful because Ida is going to go after her, while he's going to go get the bomb right away from Bakugo. So Ochako went in. Bakugo explained to Ida that Ochako is going to go from inside while Deku is going to come from the wall or the window. So they need someone to intercept Ochako while Bakugo is going to basically fight off Deku. So Ida went straight in and basically started doing a small monologue while going through the building, which Ochako and Bakugo were hearing since now he wasn't just in a single room. So when Deku broke through the window and was hearing that, he basically started laughing. Bakugo jumped on him, and Deku was kind of able to push Bakugo away using webs. Now, the battle. Bakugo and Deku are fighting each other were fighting each other pretty regularly, with Bakugo winning some of them, but Deku winning a major part of them. So, Bakugo was already using every trick he could to try and hold Deku back, like making sure that his webs were burned, trying to use the smoke from his explosions to cover Deku's eyes, since he uses them a lot. He also knows about the vibration, so he's trying to make as much vibration as possible to make it so that Deku isn't able to use that to his advantage, as well as trying to make a lot of rubbles to make it hard for Deku to walk around, since he doesn't have anything on his feet. While Deku was trying to lay a trap for Bakugo, which he was still having a hard time because of everything that was happening. So, Bakugo was basically thinking we're winning, since, he's breaking everything. Until Deku basically screams, "Now!" Bakugo didn't understand and just thought, "Oh shit, Ochako's by the window." He brought her with him. When Bakugo placed himself to throw an explosion at the window, Deku used his trap. Basically, he was sending a lot of his webs all around the room, making Bakugo destroy those ones, but Deku was also sending a lot of them to not the roof, the ceiling. When Bakugo used his explosion to blow the window, Deku basically forced all of the webs that were on the ceiling to fall on Bakugo, bringing with them a lot of the ceiling. He made sure to not kill Bakugo, just injure him, and so after that he put the Strength Cat the villain on Bakugo's wrist, and then went and got the bomb, making Deku's team win. I'm going to have to end it here. In the next part, I'm going to start with Deku's, Tsuyu's way of winning, because, she's winning, just like in the original. After that, I'm going to do the USJ. So, for now, it was fun to do this. If you like, give it a like. If you have anything to say, leave it in the comment section. I'm going to leave a link to my Discord in the description. So, Natsu, out.